custom work is incredible, and we thought it'd be really cool to get you on and see what this next chapter is all about from Harley Davidson with the new Sportster S. It is a running event, so the main aim for today really is just to get the bikes back here in one piece with around about 130 miles on the clock, ready for next week where we're going to be doing the press launch up in Manchester. So we're going to ride over to Cotswolds, a place that's been set up by Ben Hilton, who Paul and I know. We're going to go over there, have a bite to eat, have a coffee, talk a little bit more about the bikes and what have you, and then take the scenic route back through the Cotswolds. It's called the Cotswold GP, so hopefully it'll be some decent riding for us, and fingers crossed the rain will hold off. In terms of content, like by all means, please be capturing content, photos, video and all the rest of it. The good man here is going to be working his magic, but it's all under embargo until Monday. Alright guys, so I know you signed all the paperwork and everything, but just a reminder on that. If there's anything you want to send to us as well today that you're capturing or we capture, we can put that on our channels and cross-tag you in and so on and so forth as well to make sure we get as much kind of reach from it as we possibly can. So have fun. We hope you really enjoy the day, enjoy the ride. Paul is our illustrious leader and he'll be leading on the road as well as...
Good luck to you.
As well as in the team.
Mainly because you'll be bored. Sat behind me.
And then I'll go at the back as well. And,
plenty of switches to play with.
Yeah, right. So we get straight on the M5. So straight on the M5, we're only on for a little bit and then we cut off. We're going to take it easy because you are going to be playing with switches, you are going to be messing around, no doubt. As we get up the road, we'll get to Coty. You can decide what mode, what custom settings you want to put on it. We're blessed at the moment with the weather. Let's hope that it stays. But it has three settings as standard, yeah.
So we've got bike, so you can kind of see. I know a few of you have connected already.
We've got rain, road, and sport, and then there's 2 custom settings you can mess around with: throttle response, brake, engine braking. On that.
So mode buttons up here to just quickly adjust through all of those modes. All right, you've got your ignition and your starter. Okay, just one touch on that, that'll get you fired up. Ride mode is here. And then in terms of the navigation, so I know a few of you are already connected on the Bluetooth and therefore sent the route that you received on email from Alex to the bike. That will give you turn by turn, and it will also give you the option to view with the full map as well, as you can see there. So you can kind of zoom in and out using this control joystick here to zoom in and out, and then that's mirroring basically the sat nav that you've got running on your phone in your pocket. Okay.
Of course, the best place to look is the road. Just saying. But if you do want to have a mess around with it,
that's the legal disclaimer.
We will get out. So, for those of you who ride Harleys regularly, you'll notice that the indicators are, if you're using them, are all on one side on this bike. All right, so it's not the traditional on each bar. So
what about gearing? Is it different gears on it?
1 through to 6. So the first 5 are down and then 6 is up. I don't think it's got a neutral. There are 3 bikes with mid controls.
I like to get confused.
So you've all signed up for riding. We've got your license details. If you do swap bikes, just let us know. The obvious place to swap a bike if you want to try the mid control bikes will be at Coty.
Yeah.
So stick on the bike we've got for the first. The ride there's probably an hour and a bit, something like that. Would be my guess, and then it'll be a slightly longer ride back in terms of distance, but pace might be a bit quicker because the roads, it's more A roads on the way back. So yeah, and that, as Steve says, getting them home is the most important thing.
If anyone does need to see how to connect on the Bluetooth, I can just run through it really quickly here now. So you press your folder button here, okay? Go to the cog setting, it's dead easy, down to Bluetooth, very similar to what you probably have in your car. Add new phone. That'll then search, make sure your phone's turned on onto Bluetooth, connect, pair, and then from the Harley Davidson app, you'll have the link that was sent to you by Alex last night. Hit that, that will show you the WMB to Coty. Just press the button, send to bike, and then you'll have all your turn by turn on there. Okay?
Cool.
Alright.
That's a cool little touch, that is.
It's cool. Right.
It is.
Excellent. Alright. Everyone happy?
Yep.
Any questions? All good?
What's the range like? Are we playing a fuel stop?
There will be. Yeah, there will be a fuel stop on the way back, yeah. So Palmer, we're here at Cotswolds Harley. You've just got off the Sportster S for the very first time. What do you think of it?
A completely different beast to what I'd expected. Again, as we've said, it's not how it's kind of come across in the media to date.
Yeah.
Definitely more of a muscle bike, as we've said, more of a drag bike. As soon as you hit that kind of torque band, it just ups and goes.
Just keeps
absolutely
giving as well,
incredible.
doesn't it?
Does not feel anything how I expected it to. The changeover from Michelin's to Dunlops, the grip on these Dunlops is absolutely insane. The contour on the tyre as well. When we were coming up the hill around the twisties, actually how much more flickable it made the bike. So absolutely loved it. One thing that I did while riding along, but the adjustable levers, godsend. So very, very new, obviously, for a Harley to see this. But made it much easier then for when we were climbing up those hills.
And how did you get on with the sat nav and everything? I saw you were on taking a phone call at one point.
So a few business calls came through. Thank you very much, guys. Infotainment system. The UI on it is really, really simple to use.
That's pretty impressive coming from who you work for.
Yeah, exactly. But UI was very, very simple, very intuitive. When we were coming down through into Chip and Camden, I believe it was. Obviously, we were having to direct the lead car as well because they weren't on the sat nav route. First time using not only this system but the Harley app. The HD app, the pre-planned routes that we uploaded into the bikes, and actually how seamless that was, and the integration of it all, absolutely brilliant. I think next one for this afternoon then is moving across to pairing up the headset actually rather than the phone, do it to the bike and see how that works.
Because you've got all the controls, so you've even got voice control. So
exactly.
Obviously running Android, you can control Google on there with that and everything. So big on the custom scene, obviously. What are you changing? You must have loads of ideas for this, this blank canvas.
Straight away, first thing when we saw it was, oceans of room back here for things like a 200mm conversion. Potentially going to look at some things of custom exhaust. So what we want to potentially do is kind of a calf racer scrambler vibe with it. So where we can take the exhaust, come under the seat, a bit like we would see with some of the Italian manufactured exhausts, and bring them out directly under the seat. The back end on it would probably need a lift, but I think that would enable you to get the power down a bit more as well. And again, when we come to the front end, see what we can do with this triple tree, and potentially look at some sort of cowling for it. Very, very excited to see what we can do with this when we take delivery.
Cool. Cheers for that.
Thanks, mate.
Nice one.